Hi, it's Dr. Andrew Choi from Riverside, California.
Hey everyone, I'm Cynthia, a current dental student in New York.
Jonathan Miller here with Fortune Practice Management.
I'm Chet Spivey from Ivoclar Vivadan.
We all want to help our patients right now.
We all want to keep our practices.
Graduate on time.
Our teams.
Our livelihood.
Alive. And we all want
tomorrow
to come today. But today is an opportunity to learn.
To learn. To lead, to share.
For a better tomorrow.
For a better tomorrow.
For a better tomorrow.
Together, we can prepare
for the future. Together,
we can make a difference.
For whenever that tomorrow comes.
Everybody continue to support one another, and remember,
we will come back from this.
We're all in this together.
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 We rise.
Hey guys, Kevin Henry with Ignite DA, practicing my social distancing, but still getting out of the house a little bit. Hope that you all are as well. Just want to let you know about all the great things that we have coming up with Care Credit, Dr. Bicuspid, so many good people coming on board with us from the KOL side, from the key opinion leader side, from the thought leader side to talk about what's going on right now in our industry and how you need to be prepared for what's to come whenever dentistry kicks back in full steam. I'm so excited about what we're doing with Care Credit, Dr. Bicuspid, Ignite DA, Ignite DDS, all working together to provide you some great information. So hey, stay healthy, stay away from each other, but more than anything else, stay tuned because we've got so many good things coming to you and we want to make sure that you're a part of the information that we're going to share from some of the best minds out there in dentistry. Hey, together we rise. Look forward to seeing you online. Dr. Bicuspid, Ignite DA, Ignite DDS, Care Credit, all coming together. Facebook Live, so much happening. Can't wait to see you.
Hey guys, welcome back. I hope you're getting excited for another episode here today. I know I am. I'm learning a ton from all of our experts. Before we start though, I kind of want to talk to you about something that's really important, something we've focused on our whole careers for other people, wellness. We've worked so hard to keep them well. And I don't know about you, but if you're anything like me, in the last month and a half, I've learned an awful lot about needing to keep myself well. We need to keep ourselves well. So as we launch the Digital Academy on IgniteDDS.com, that's going to be awesome, FYI. We decided we'd lead the charge with a wellness page, a yoga page. So I'm personally inviting y'all to join us 9 a.m. Tuesday, Thursday mornings Eastern Time on IgniteDDS.com/yoga for our session to help you stay healthy. We've got meditation sessions, we've got yoga sessions coming in. So join us at IgniteDDS.com/yoga. We want to help you guys stay well too. Cheers.
Some fundamental things, I call them pillars. One of them is get regular sleep. And as much as there's so much unstructured time, a lot of experts call sleep as a pillar, but it's really foundational. It's the bedrock. It's almost impossible to enjoy good health and good energy without good sleep. And I talk about having a regular schedule. So going to bed at 11, getting up at 8, but even myself, I find myself, sometimes it's 2 o'clock if the second movie on Netflix is good, and I'm getting up at 10. But the more regular the sleep and the deeper the sleep, the healthier we feel. And anyone that's not feeling vibrant and alive sleep is foundational. You just look back at the sleep you had last night. If it was disconnected and interrupted, it's not going to be that good. So I'd say sleep is number one. Sleep is number one. How are you two doing with sleep? What's your schedules?
Dave?
I have to be honest. I am sleeping better now than I've slept in probably 3 years. So my day is very structured. And to your point, a foundational, exercise and our routine is we're getting a good. It's funny, we're getting a good 8 hours in, and I'm waking up at 6 a.m. and I'm so refreshed. So
same, absolutely.
Yeah, very good for you. They're actually finding, actually, scientists saying they're actually calling sleep an athlete's steroid because of the profound effects it has on growth hormone, insulin sensitivity, joint healing, emotional memory. They even said you actually memorize patterns if you're a football player or memorizing plays if you get a good night's sleep. And basically the brain wants to sort things out at nighttime. And I was liking it to, you went to Rodeo Drive and shopped all day. If you came back to a hotel room and threw it on the bed, not sleeping is like never putting those gifts away. So every night the brain likes to compartmentalize and put stuff away, sort it out. And it gets very frustrated not being able to put stuff away. So you get someone who's a shift worker or getting fractured sleep for a year, maybe with a new baby. Or if you sleep with dogs on the bed. The sleep experts say dogs on the bed, just like if a parent has a new baby in the bed or a baby that's having a bad dream or a child that has a bad dream, it also fractures your sleep. So, a lot of Hollywood stars and celebrities actually they have like rooms that have dead sound. Like they actually sleep, it's not sexy, but they'd actually sleep in separate rooms just to have a soundproof room so they get the best sleep, for skin complexion and overall energy. So yeah, so sleep is number one. Sleep is number one. So two, let's go to nutrition. You are what you eat. Everything comes back to food. And Hippocrates said, 2,300 years ago, all disease begins in the gut. And anyone that's not feeling well or not repairing well or not liking the way they look or lacks energy, you can actually simply look to what ate in the last 24 hours and it directly impacts your energy level, how you feel, digestion, bloating. And the cleaner you eat, in terms of the more whole foods you eat, the easier it is to enjoy good health and good energy. You literally have more lucid thoughts by having more whole vegetables, whole fruits. And if you want to get really look into new science about the microbiome, 80% of the antibiotics in North America that are consumed by animals because they're growth enhancers. So many people actually think, is it that big deal? But the reason why they give them to animals is because it makes them obesogenic. They actually grow twice as fast. So they say nutrition condenses as you go up the food chain. So a lot of athletes, a lot of people who want impeccable elite health now are going towards hormone-free, grass-fed, free-range, antibiotic-free meat. And it does play out. And that's why a lot of vegetarians really enjoy almost sometimes better physiology. So that's just one of the things with food. I think the other thing is just, having more whole food, eating more fiber, staying hydrated. But many now with the stress, people are actually they're eating a lot more comfort foods, which in the moment lowers cortisol. But over days, weeks, months, you'll raise your A1C. But science shown, if you have fat and sugar in your stomach, you'll attenuate your cortisol response, which means you could have a crisis going on, but eating apple pie somehow soothes you. So in the short term, it soothes you. In the long term, it raises blood sugar and causes all kinds of, it's called metabolic endotoxemia. So if you like some metabolic endotoxemia with your apple pie and your ice cream, so that too. How are you guys doing with your eating? How's it going, David? How's it going, Kevin?
Yeah, I got to tell you, again, for me, I hate what's going on in the world right now, but we are meal prepping. We're cooking all of our meals at home. I'm not on the road. So we're doing pretty good over here. How about Kev?
Yeah, Dana and I have cooked more, over these last few weeks than ever before, but we've been home, like we've talked about. Our travel schedule's changed, and it's forced us in a good way to actually pull out the cookbooks and eat healthier, which has been a great thing, obviously. And just being able here in Colorado to then get out and around sunset, do that walk and, kind of combine that and provides a good night's sleep. It's kind of that triple whammy right there. At least it has been.
Yeah, that sounds amazing. No, you guys are right on track. Not everyone's on track though. When I've talked to people before, they've actually said the COVID-19 is more to the 19 pounds they've gained over the 9 weeks. But the third one, and I think it's easier said than done. All my ideas are more effortless and easy. And it's like what David's saying, they're getting outside. People really take Fauci and the CDC literally, like stay inside and socially distance yourself. But when you stay inside, what happens is you have less microbial diversity because the house has a lot of recirculated air. There's not a whole lot of nature coming through. So by people staying inside, you're actually helicopter parenting your immune system. Our immune system is based on little battles fought all day long. And they've done studies with germ-free mice. And mice that are raised by C-section and then raised in a germ-free environment have weak immune systems, they're obese, and they're very lethargic, and they're not very strong. So the whole idea being is we need that diversity. We need the battle. We need our 100 trillion microbes, the single-celled organisms that make our microbiome, need that push and pull and tug. It's like lifting weights. If your trainer just gave you the 5-pound weight for the next 2 years for biceps, you would never grow. You need the 10 pounds, you need the 40 pounds, you need the supersets, you need the P90X, you need the TRX. So what happens is by spending time outside, you're actually challenging your immune system in a very gentle way to stay strong and be able to face any battle. Because when you get back to the office full time, as you know, I looked at a number of different studies, and the top 50 careers with the most challenges, with the most exposure to toxins and environmental issues was, I think, hygienist was number 1, dentist number 4, and a prison jailer was number 41. So we have more exposure to bacteria and toxins than a prison jailer. So I was not happy when I saw that. It's like Leavenworth going back here.
Yeah, it's crazy. So I have a question for you, Uchi. So, you talked about COVID-19 and the 19 pounds lots of people are dealing with. I'm guessing, some of that is what we just shared, and some of that is probably emotionally people aren't in the best spot, and maybe because they're home, they're having that daily glass of wine or whatever that beverage may be. What's the impact of that?
Well, it's interesting. The body is also very forgiving. Like you can have a bad weekend, you can have a bad month, but many times after 8 weeks, we always talk about the rule of 21 days. So we're probably day 56. So some of these patterns are becoming fairly entrenched. And it's before people maybe have a glass of wine after dinner because they're working. But now I'm not sure people's cutoff. It's 5 p.m. somewhere, and I'm sure there's someone in North America that's had a beer first thing in the morning. So habits done every day. It's amazing how, as much as the body is very forgiving, if you eat healthy, the body also falls in love with you because in every moment the body is taking bits and pieces of food, which is basically the world. Triana Northrup, obstetrician gynecologist, wrote a book called Women's Body, Women's Wisdom. And it's about the fact that when we take bits of the world, which is food, and we make it into our joint, we make it into our arteries, we make it into our pancreas and our brain. So literally anything we eat becomes who we are. And people often are frustrated with their liver, and I'm frustrated with the way my muscles look. I'm frustrated with my hair. And ultimately, I look at the food that lasts 24 hours, and it's not the most ideal. But the body, the minute you start paying your body attention, you start getting lucid thoughts very quickly. And James LeBron, Tom Brady, all these athletes, late 30s, early 40s that are performing well, all eat impeccably. Like it's literally part of their regimented schedule. So again, I know you and Kevin might be taking care of yourselves, and Kevin, you might be taking care of yourself, but the average person, I think, has definitely fallen off the wagon. And we're healthcare, like we're educated, we have college degrees. By falling off the wagon, think of the average patient. If we've had a glass of wine every day, what has the average patient consumed daily? No.
Good point. Absolutely.
Great point.
And Uchi, I know one of the things that when things start opening back up, obviously gyms will be back open up, people will be back into their fitness routine. Is there anything you suggest about supplements or whatever it might be to kind of get into some kind of fitness routine if they're not keeping up with themselves maybe right now the best?
Well, I'm a huge whole foods fan, but 95% of people don't eat enough vegetables. 97% of people don't eat enough fiber for their microbiome. So this is not nutritionists and dietitians. So immunologists and microbiologists, so Rob Knight and Jeff Sonnenberg out of California, all say our bacteria, our microbiome, has a fundamental primitive relationship with fiber. And if you go back through human history, hundreds of thousands of years ago, before we actually were smart enough to catch animals, we ate greens and weeds. Weeds and greens was our main food. So the average caveman, cavewoman ate about 100 grams of fiber in a day. We average 10 now. And because our genetic profile hasn't changed too much in hundreds of thousands of years, very little, we're actually basically starving our bacteria. And you think, which is a big deal to starve bacteria? Well, bacteria have been on the planet for 3.5 billion years. Human beings, as successful as you think we are, have only been on the planet maybe 100, 200,000 in the form that we are. So it's amazing how we're going against the primitive single cells that have called us home. So because we're not eating vegetables and we're not eating fiber, I say a good idea would be to take a probiotic, very inexpensive. You can take one a day for 30 days. I take one year round now since I read the science and how it strengthens your immune system against upper respiratory tract infections. There was a study done in 2017, and there was a double-blind, random, placebo-controlled, and they showed how athletes overtraining in the wintertime would not get sick when they had a probiotic daily over the 14 weeks of the study. So that's my take on it. What science has shown, though, probiotics definitely have they help with associated antibiotic diarrhea after an antibiotic they've taken, so to create some stability. It definitely helps with IBS symptoms. It definitely helps creating more diversity in the GI tract. However, because Kevin, David, we only share a third of our microbiome, the other 2/3 are because of the things we eat and the stress we have and how physically active we are. So we're all very different. So Kevin, the probiotic you swear by that you got in a grocery store, and this one that David might take that he got from a pharmacy, and the one that I got from a naturopathic, might all affect us differently. But people need to do their own research. It's not my place now to say take a probiotic, but if people aren't eating vegetables and they're stressed, which diminishes the good flora, they need to do something to create stability and diversity. And if they don't, they're going to suffer the repercussions of a weaker immune system and lack of vitality. Because basically our bacteria do so much in helping us absorb nutrients and making us who we are. So I'd say a probiotic, and also say vitamin D. Most people aren't staying inside. I think 80% of North Americans are low in vitamin D. So a good vitamin D supplement, and I'd say drops is best. A vitamin D drop is better absorbed in the mouth than a tablet taken in the stomach. And again, anywhere from 800 to 1,000 units, international units. But we've also heard, and this is where people get confused, if someone's of darker complexion, they need more vitamin D. Or if someone wears a clothing over the day, so from culture like a hijab, or if they wear a hat or a scarf most of the day, or if someone's over 50, you need to take more vitamin D because we don't absorb nutrients the same. So this whole area starts getting complicated, but there is some clarity. If you're not outside in the sun, take vitamin D. And if you're not eating vegetables and you're not having good fiber intake, you want to take either a fiber supplement or a probiotic daily.
Such good advice. So follow up to that, kind of in alignment with that, you know, and I'm going to say whether it's today or when we get back at it for real, snacking. You know, what are the best snacks to, you know, keep us in line with all the things that you're sharing right now?
Yeah, great point. They don't have to be necessarily low calorie. It's all about being high volume and dense nutrition. So an avocado is amazing. At 10 grams of fiber, if someone just added an avocado a day until they went back to work or continue on, they could actually double their fiber intake. You'd see a flatter stomach, you'd see better mood, you'd see more neuroactive compounds in the brain, you'd see more balance in the GI tract because fiber feeds the good flora. It keeps the pathogenic bacteria at bay because we all have C. difficile, E. coli, salmonella, and candida inside us. It's just kept at bay by feeding the good flora. But most of us, with all our comfort foods, have starved the good flora. And with stress and anxiety and all the loose ends, we've actually fostered an environment where pathogenic bacteria flourish. So one of the easiest ways of thinking about this microscopic battle is to think, feed your gut flora what it wants. So an avocado a day is a great snack. Nuts with high dense saturated goods, of course, the saturated fats and good protein is also a great snack. Fruit of any kind. It's a myth that people think fruit is being a bad snack. It sure has fructose inside, but because it's paired with fiber, no one's ever gotten diabetes or became pre-diabetic because eating grapes or apples or cherries. You know, it's stress and lack of movement. So fruit has never caused anyone to get sick. I know people with diabetes have to watch their sugar intake, but the 90% of the population who don't have type 2 or type 1 diabetes can definitely stand to eat more fruit as a good snack. So fruit, nuts, avocado, yogurt is a great snack. Again, it's a fermented food, great for the microbiome. So Kevin, did you enjoy any of those, or what's on you and Dana's snacking menu?
You know, I have gotten so into mandarin oranges lately. I'm just telling you, mandarin oranges and almonds have been the go-to around here. In fact, as soon as we're done with this, I'm hitting the fridge for those oranges. I'm just telling you.
A big part of that is variety. Like, and as much as we do get hooked on one thing, right? During, like, you know, you might think of, you know, when that time you spent so much time inside, you think, oh, that was my mandarin join period. Oh, that was the mandarin period. But ultimately, variety is so important. Again, 10, 15,000 years ago, the average person would eat 150 food items in a week. Nowadays, if you looked at 80% of the foods that North Americans eat, it's 12 items. So single-celled organisms, because we have about anywhere from 1,000 to 2,000 species inside us, crave variety. They love variety. So don't know, if you like romaine lettuce, have arugula. If you like arugula, you know, have spring greens. If you like onions, try garlic, leeks, scallions, shallots. So the more variety in your diet, the healthier you'll be. So even though we all have go-to snacks because they're predictable, variety is best. So artichokes, try some organic foods. Literally, even though as men, we like, if something works, we keep doing it, like John Gray, the Man from Mars, we do the same thing over and over again. However, just like relationships, you like variety. Just like our food intake, variety works really well. So same old might be easy and predictable. However, you throw some variety in your food intake, you'll find yourself more vibrant and more alive and better able to manage stress. They've actually said that 40% of the circulating metabolites in our systems are made from our single-celled organisms, 40%. So what's making David tick and Kevin tick and what's going around us right now, almost half of it is created by these primitive single-celled organisms, which we can't see. And we don't realize the fact that we always think, oh, bacteria don't have a brain, they don't have legs. Viruses aren't even alive. They're just bits and pieces of tissue. And they can't even create their own energy. But why is it right now bacteria and viruses are outwitting mankind or humanity and causing destruction? So when you think about it, bacteria have been on the planet for 3.5 billion years, viruses 1.5 billion years. We've been on the planet in this form 100,000 years. Even dinosaurs were on the planet 75 million years. So we're really not that successful. We think we're great, but we're not that successful. So unless we feed these primitive organisms what they want, we're going to be at their beck and call for the next couple of decades, for sure. For sure.
Yeah.
Awesome. Dave?
Uchi, I'm not going to lie. I could have this conversation with you for probably 3 weeks straight. This is amazing information. Amazing information. What's the best way for people to reach out and get a hold of you? They need to be learning from you all the time.
Yeah, I love sharing. You know, the dentist, you know, doctore is all about teaching, whether it's with each other and learning. I'm a voracious student. I love reading, like yourself, David, and you, Kevin, also. But I'm sharing, I'm learning, I'm a student. In any one place in my life, I'm a master. Another area, I'm a disaster. Okay, so remember Albert Einstein said, don't look at me too close because I'm an amazing scientist, but a horrible this. So so I'm a student. You know, every master wants a disaster. So I'm a student always also. I'm sharing. But what I found is, though, anytime I learn something new, when I share it, it goes deeper into my brain. I understand it at a deeper and more retentive level. So if I read an article and just highlight it, okay, fine, I'll have a 5% retention rate. But if I teach it, I know, Kevin, you're a gracious teacher. David, you're into learning and mentoring and teaching, obviously. So I think anytime we teach something that we just learned, share it, it goes deeper into every one of our 100 billion neurons. So so Instagram is a great place where I like to teach. Instagram, my Instagram name is Fit Speakers. All right, so Fit Speakers. And also my website's good, druche.com. So druche.com.
Awesome. Yeah, Kev, take us home, man. Holy cow.
We will make sure we put those links right below here so that you can find Uchi, whether that's on Instagram and yes, absolute must follow. Just saying. As well as his website. Uchi, always good to see you, even if it's across the miles, and hopefully we'll see each other real soon at a real conference. Who knows?
Yeah, virtual is efficient, but it's not the same as, you know, human contact for sure.
Absolutely. Well, thanks to all of you for joining us today. We really appreciate it. We love having people like Dr. Uchi come on who are experts in the field, and we're going to keep bringing them to you here on our Ignite Facebook series. But for now, stay safe. Stay educated, stay healthy, and hey, remember, together we rise.
you.